Collective, what is going on? It's your boy Adam Raw. Welcome to my channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, no, that's all I got. Okay, so today I saw a few things out here today. There's a woman out here that I saw that is running a hair shop. I want to say it's like a hair shop, or it's like a braiding place for like my women and stuff out here. Be careful, because whoever this woman is, she's doing knot magic in her customers' hair. She's tying knots in people's heads. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that your braids are, extra tight, but what it is this person is doing knot magic on you, actually. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that. Also, there's some people out here who are trying to double their, I call it a shadow business. They got like a shadow business, like they're doing one thing, but they're disguising as something else, just like this woman who's you're actually doing magic on people and stuff like that. Well, that could also be covered for somebody who's actually like pretending to be a witch. You know what I'm saying? And you'll know it's her because basically the vibe that I get is that a lot of her spells are backfiring. So if she does do like a money spell for you, she does do a love spell for you, or she does some kind of spell work for you, you're gonna notice that it's backfiring. Real magic don't have to be undone or redone or anything like that. So if you got to keep going back to this person to keep getting this magic done, this person is conning you and they don't know what they're doing. I just want to make sure that was out there. Also, I saw that there was somebody that's masturbating or something in front of kids. Somebody playing with themselves, or like just masturbating with the door open, and the kids just be walking in and out. You know what I'm saying? They're walking in on them and stuff like that. So be careful who watch your kids and stuff like that. Somebody is definitely out here masturbating in front of the kids. And last, I saw Apep. Saw the serpent, Apep from Egyptian, the old Egyptian mythology or whatever. You got Apep. You also have in Christian, if you know Judeo-Christianity, it would be Leviathan, or Epiphius, I believe that's his name. Also, yeah, there's definitely serpents out here. The serpents that I see, though, I want to say that they are skinwalkers, but they're not. These are serpents that have been astral projecting to people. So not only are they astral projecting, but it's kind of like it's like if you're not, I guess I'm not saying like they're invisible. It's just that you need to have some kind of spiritual ability to actually see them, because some of them will come in the form of just shadows. Some will look like shadows walking across the wall. And then there's others that you'll see like this clear outline or form. And I'm not, I've seen it before myself. I lived next door. I lived around someone who, was doing that. And I was in my bedroom one day, and I saw a clear outline of somebody looking in my window, and then they ran to the back of my house. You know what I'm saying? Also, I saw, somebody, like a clear outline of a person walking through the house that I was in or whatever. And I also saw the black shadow of somebody. Like, every time I would travel, when I come back home or whatever, this black shadow, somebody would astral project or become this black shadow to try to, reattach, some kind of energetic cord. So be careful out here, especially if you're in spiritual warfare. This is the waning moon. This is definitely the time to be cutting energetic cords. Definitely get you some moon water, get you some water, spring water, whatever. Set it out, let it charge up with the waning moon water, and banish all this negativity out of your life. Banish these cords that are people are trying to attach to you and stuff like that, banish that out of your life. And so today we're going to see what the cards come up. I mean, what comes up with card reading. And depending on what card comes up is going to be what I talk about today. Especially in terms of like, especially if it's a, what is that? Major arcana. So I'm waiting on I'm gonna draw cards until I get a major arcana or whatever. And as soon as I get that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the message and I'm gonna do the breakdown for it. So yeah, we got the topic so far. Let's see what the topic is. Off rip, we got the Emperor card here, right? So there's no need to pull a whole bunch of cards for that, right? Okay, so with the Emperor card, this gives me the vibe of Mars. Check your Mars placement. There's a lot of masculine energy out here. Basically, with this right here, it has to do with being in charge, being the boss, entrepreneurship, just like the other videos I was talking about, entrepreneurship. They got a new word for it, soulpreneurship, if you are alone. And basically this gives me the vibe of someone who's in command, a boss. Definitely gives me the vibe of yeah, just in general, just, you know, like a boss figure. So let's find out what's going on about this. Okay, so it looks like somebody has finally took charge of their life. Somebody was in this nine of sword energy out here, and somebody broke a spell involving some kind of mental conflict or some kind of mental entrapment. Okay, there's like either a spell. And spell isn't always about some witch in the kitchen. Sometimes it's something that you put on yourself. It could be a self-limiting belief that, you know what I'm saying? So somebody broke through some kind of self-limiting belief by embodying their divine masculine energy. Yeah, so you got this stuck in the mud in reverse here, okay? So yeah, whoever this is, I'm praying to God that it is you. Yeah, on my channel, I did start incorporating different principles or whatever with this, with, you know, it's basically I wanted to amalgamate a variety of different subjects here. I am still an amateur reader, okay? So with that being said, let's get to the reading, right? So with this Emperor energy, the vibe that I got out here is that somebody was in a dry spell. Somebody was trapped into something. It's like something had their mind gone. There was something here where somebody was focused on some kind of illusion, some kind of mind game, or whatever it may be. But whoever this is, they made a power move. Somebody made a power move out here, okay? A very powerful move that is echoing through space and time, okay? And basically what this means is that it gives me the vibe of somebody... and actually this is my story, okay? I've been praying about something for so long, right? I've been praying and I've been praying, I've been praying, I've been praying, I've been praying for it, right? I've been fasting and praying and praying and praying, right? But it wasn't until I took action, or I took action towards something, that my breakthrough came through. So with that being said, it gives the vibe of like, true, it's good to have faith, it's good to pray to God, it's good to want to free yourself, it's good to be nonviolent. It's whatever religion you believe in, whatever faith that you have, it's good to have those things. However, when you take action, those are portals and doorways and gateways for the Most High to assist you in getting where you're supposed to be, okay? So let's say that, yeah, you were in a dry spell, you were self-doubting yourself or whatever, and then all of a sudden one day you just woke up like, you know what, I'm tired of doubting myself. I prayed about this thing. I'm just gonna put on my sexy clothes on and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna see who comes my way, right? And sure enough, as soon as you do that, you start getting noticed by a lot of people. A lot of people start attracting themselves to you, and all of a sudden you find a mutual friend, someone that you vibe with, right? That is the importance of, you know, that is why religion is I would put it like that. Religion, that's where religion and spirituality coincide. Okay? A lot of people think that there's a gap between religion, being religious, and spirituality, but in reality, they're one and the same. In religion, it's more designed about the core basics, the rules, the regulations, the morals, values, and virtues of this in particular belief, right? Now, when it comes to spirituality, it's more like, hey, it's kind of like being in college, where in college, they don't tell you what to think. They just teach you how to think. And that's basically what religion is. Religion basically tells you the solid rules, and then with spirituality, you learn how to apply these things according to your own soul and what's within you, right? Okay. So with that being said, when you create these doorways and portals, you work alongside the Most High God when you do these things, okay? And basically, this is how it works. It's kind of like I said, people here, it's people who get tired of being broke, get tired of being this, tired of being that. It isn't until you take that first step towards something that it will solve it. The problem will be solved, especially if you're in the right and you're upstanding, right? Right. Okay. With this elephant energy here, with the stuck in the mud, of course this has to do with what? Spirituality. I forgot who it was, but somebody was correlating like the elephant to like being like your spiritual power. So you are strong, like you have this strong spiritual power here, right? But what good is your spiritual power if you're stuck in the mud, right? What good is it? You could be the most strongest animal out here, but if you're stuck in the mud, you're probably as good as the biggest prey out here, right? That's the difference between you being the biggest predator and being able to compete and being stuck in the mud, right? So yeah, whatever energy this was, it looks like it could have been like some kind of a self-limiting belief, some kind of self-doubt. But either way, once you conquer something like this, it will make it where not only does it draw things in for you, but it makes you that much more stronger. So when this comes up, like say if you have to fight a demon or something like that, or your inner demons are telling you, oh, you can't, you'll think back to this one time where God or whoever you believe in made the impossible possible for you, and that right there will fuel you into doing what you need to do, right? Next, we have the strength card out here, right? So yeah, whoever you are in your full unfiltered strength, raw power here, right? Because you freed yourself up mentally. Next, we have the Four Swords here, right? Yeah, it looks like you were overexerting yourself, basically, is the energy that I get here. And then you got wide open here in reverse. Wide open means that, you just taking hits from left to right. This right here gives me the vibe of you closing yourself off. You were a little closed off and narrow-minded. So this could definitely be somebody who was, maybe somebody wanted to start a business, or somebody was thinking about starting something here. And the first thing that they thought was that, oh, it'll never work. Or they start hearing all these doubts. That's another thing I wanted to mention too. One more thing that I saw out here was I saw a girl, a woman. And remember I was talking about the knot magic and stuff like that? This is why you want to be careful, because this woman, she had 3 spirits coming out of her head, okay? Each one of those spirits was telling her to do something different. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely the vibe that I get here, this 9 of Swords energy here, okay? So be careful with that there. Next, okay, so yeah, we got, so with this 4 Swords energy here, clarifying the strength card out here, basically this is what it's telling me is that, like, you were never weak to begin with. You were never in a position of weakness. It's just that when you were overexerting yourself, you exhausted yourself, and you were exhausting yourself mentally. Somebody was mentally exhausted. It's like they had to constantly keep getting up to do this or do that or do that. Somebody just kept running back and forth to do certain things. And somebody here finally got that rest that they were looking for. and they're not wide open to whatever was coming towards them anymore. It's kind of like they closed themselves off. They took the time to rest and relax, and they regained their strength here, okay? So with the Emperor and the Strength card here, like that, these are two powerful cards here. They're very powerful, because this implies that forward movement is essentially guaranteed, okay? Okay. So, I'm gonna break all of this down in a minute, but just give me a second. There's some, I'm gonna go to the last part, or the future, or where everything is heading right now, and then I'm gonna give the final breakdown, okay? Next out here, we got the Page of Wands out here. So this definitely give me the vibe of like a financial pursuit or something, or somebody is in their full strength. Somebody finally got out of their head, or this planet phase, or this planet phase of this planet phase of maybe like a business or an idea or something like that, or maybe somebody was stuck on something and they was trying to find their way forward, you know, especially like with money, because normally that's what I talk about, is like money and stuff like that, right? Whoever it is, I'm glad that somebody finally had the energy to push forward. There's a breakthrough here. You got the Two of Wands in reverse here, the Page of Wands, and the energy here is Ghostlands in reverse, okay? The Ghostlands is definitely the energy of something that's desolate or considered dried up. Although it's kind of like a desert, but in opposition. Well, it is a desert, but it's a desert on the opposite extreme, in which everything is cold and frozen over. So yeah, maybe you were stagnant, or maybe you were experiencing some stagnating energy, or some, you know, cold, like a cold spell in a sense. And a cold spell to me is more like things stagnating around you and in your life to hold you up and delay you. But that idea that you had, or whatever business idea that you had, it sparked a flame in you just enough to melt all of this ice and stuff around you, and around your heart, and around your mind, your body, and your soul and stuff, to make you move forward. So no longer are you stuck trying to decide which path to go through. You've decided what path you're going down, okay? Normally when I get this Two of Wands, this gives me the vibe of having two options. But with this right here in reverse, I will say like this is more of a narrow path. It's more of a narrow-minded, or a narrow path here. So the path ahead of you is straightforward, okay? This also could represent the energy, the vibration of someone joining with you. When it's two wands, people want to join with you. But in this circumstance, this could be just you venturing alone. So yeah, this give me the vibe of that song by Young Jeezy called Just Win, right? And there's a guy talking, he's giving a motivational speech. He said, there's people who want to, it's like people want to complain about the problems in their life, but they don't want to do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? That you're an uncommon breed, and you have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else can see it for yourself, you have to know I can do this. And that right there is what makes you an uncommon breed. That's what makes you rare. I didn't realize how rare that kind of concept was until, like, now that I'm older, you know, in my age or whatever, you know, coming up, I'm like, you know, everybody got hustle in them. Everybody got this. Everybody got that. You know, I'm thinking like everything that's in me is in everybody else anyway. So normally when I was coming up, you know, I always was like that motivational guy, like, oh yeah, we could do this, and I always want to help people out, always want to help people accomplish their goals. You know, I did have that competitive nature where it's like when somebody did something better than me, it was like, okay, I can't let that person outdo me. You know, so I would find a way to do even better for myself and push myself forward, and they will push themselves forward, and it will keep going back and forth until eventually they will plateau out, or I will plateau out, and I will find another direction. You see what I'm saying? I've been through this, like, you know what I'm saying? And that right there has helped me. That's the energy that, or the vibe that I get here. Somebody found some kind of inspiration. Somebody found some kind of motivation. Somebody found something that got that unfrosted their cold heart. something worth working towards, something worth fighting for, something worth organizing for, something worth losing everything for. And they're pursuing it. They are pursuing it. And I love this kind of energy. Now, I'm going to flip this around for a second here, right? The Emperor card represents Mars energy, right? The Strength card here is a representation of, is it Leo? It's either Leo, yeah, Leo. Or is it the Sun? I believe it's the Sun. Okay? So yeah, this give me the vibe of like, maybe an Aries or a Aries or somebody like that is out here trying to it give me the vibe of, yeah, like that Aryan energy, that there's an Aries out here who's trying to start a new project or something like that. If not an Aries, this could definitely be like somebody with Aries in the 4th house, or Aries in the 4th house, or Leo in the 11th house. So basically a Leo in the 11th house give me the vibe of like an actor, somebody who is like a social butterfly entertainer in a sense. And then Aries in the 4th house give me the vibe of like a father figure, right? Yeah. But it doesn't have to be these people, okay? It could be anybody. You could just be in that Aryan energy, that father. Well, I take that back. The 4th house is the mother energy. So that could be like and you know, most of the time women are fiercer fighters than men anyway. You know what I'm saying? So somebody could have like Aries in the 4th house, where it's like you know, Aries in the 4th house, or Leo, or a Sun in the 11th house. You know what I'm saying? Normally when the Sun is in the 11th house, that has to do with having to be like noticed, or you know what I'm saying, like it give me the vibe of because it's a sign of like friendships and stuff like that. This is somebody who likes to be like an entertainer, or like to host like a hostess, you know. Either way, somebody was sparked, has finally come out of their mind. They finally broke through the restricting energies around them. Now with this 2 of Wands and this wide open in reverse, somebody, whoever this is, when they got out of their mind and took action, they narrowed the path down. Now a lot of times we get told that it's not good to put all our eggs in one basket. It's not good to have so many options. You know what I'm saying? Whoever this is, they eliminated some options here. Normally, when that path is narrow, it's easier for you to focus on what's in front of you. You're not distracted on what's around you so much, or the other lanes. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like walking down a 2-lane road or a 1-lane road. The only thing you can focus on is the path that's in front of you and what's coming towards you, right? If you're on a 4-lane road, you're like, well, I want to walk on this path because it's smoother. Well, it may be smoother, but that one's going where I want to be, and this other path might be a shortcut, but it got potholes, so I'm going to jump over there because it got a shortcut. My feet hurt. I'm tired of walking on these potholes. I'll walk in this lane because it's going in a similar direction, but it's just a little incline. Now you're on this path, and it's like, well, I don't like walking on the incline. It's tiring me out. Maybe I should go on a decline on this path that's going to take longer to get around, but I'll have more strength to get there. Now you're on this outside lane, and, you know, and that's the thing. Like, whoever this was, it's like their mind was just, you know, oscillating. It's an oscillating mind, okay? That's what this is, an oscillating mind. Just like what I was talking about with the woman, right? She had 3 things coming out of her head. 3 serpents. 3 separate serpents. Serpent-like spirits. One trying to convince her to do this, one telling her to do that, and one in the middle just watching and regulating the other 2. You see what I'm saying? But they all fight with each other inside this person's mind. Is this person dealing with the same thing? Possibly, possibly not. However, what I can say is that whatever mind game or spell, and like I said, it doesn't always have to be a witch. It could always just be, you know, your own, what you believe, a self-limiting belief, okay? It's broken. Someone broke through that, okay? Let's see what else comes up here. So, next we have the Ten of Wands out here, right? The Ten of Wands. That has to do with burdens and something being heavy, right? You have the Four of Pinnacles here in reverse, okay? And you have rock bottom in reverse. Somebody here, whoever this is, it's like they've been through the worst of the worst already. Whatever was done to them to keep them in their mind, they've been through the worst of the worst. And now, like I said, with this Four of Pentacles here, it cost them. It cost them a few things. And this wasn't an easy route. But they are walking away from it. They've been on the bottom before. You see what I'm saying? They've been at rock bottom. Now they're moving up to the top. They're excelling. They're moving up. Whoever this is, they're moving up to the top. Whoever this was, they were weighed down. Somebody, you give me the vibe that somebody intentionally was playing mind games with this person to weigh them down, to keep them at rock bottom, so that they will always lose out on opportunities that are coming their way. Always misjudge or gamble with the wisdom or knowledge that they have, right? That's definitely enemy energy right there, because that right there give me the vibe that, you know, somebody wanted you to fight with yourself so long that you miss out on opportunities. That didn't happen though, right? God blessed it, and that is not what happened here. Next, we got the Eight of Wands out here, the Two of Cups. Yeah, flying in reverse. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. See? Remember I was just saying that somebody weighed you down and try to keep you from moving forward? This right here, the Two of Cups here, in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse. Flying in reverse. Somebody tried to tame someone, or tried to, basically try to tame someone with delays. They try to use a delaying energy to try to tame someone, to keep them from accepting love offers, but not just love offers, but pursuing what they love to do. Someone, whoever this is, whoever I'm talking to, the people around you are intimidated by what's in your heart. They're intimidated by the things that you love to do, because you are very innovative. You come up with new ideas. You're always spontaneous or whatever, but that's not enough. You can have all the ideas you want, but it's not until you take that embarkment on that journey. And you're the kind of person who do that. You embark on journeys, right? Somebody doesn't want like that. So they wanted to tie you down. They wanted to weigh you down. They wanted to bog you down with that energy. They wanted you to roam through the wasteland. You know what I'm saying? They wanted you to be narrow-minded. They wanted you to be stuck in the mud, right? But also on top of all of that, they wanted to delay all the things that was coming your way. But most importantly, what I see here is all the things in your heart. Someone wanted to delay everything good in your heart, whether it's love, joy, happiness, just general well-being, or being with someone, or being in love and all of that, marriage and all of that. Yeah. Somebody wanted to basically hold your heart hostage, to use that against you to keep you from moving forward here. But you did it. You did it. Okay? That's all that matter right now. Don't let somebody else's bitterness get into you if you can, because to be honest, trust me, if they bitter now and you just began, they bitter now, guess what? By the end of when all of this is over, and they gonna look back, they gonna regret doing what they did to you. They gonna regret it. Not only because it wasn't the right thing to do, but because they're gonna look at their own lives and realize they haven't gone any further than where you left off from when they were attacking you or doing what they did to you. You see what I'm saying? They didn't get any further than that. Where they are now is the furthest they may make it. And some of them may make you have to regret it. So you don't have to take, don't. People like that, and I deal with it on a daily basis. There's always something new, always some other conflict, but I keep it moving. Rain or shine, keep it moving. You know why? Because it's like, with all the lessons that I learned in my life, I know that, when people are bitter, angry, upset, and stuff like that, like, a lot of that isn't my energy. It's not my energy, first and foremost. And second, I'm not going to stop them from being angry and bitter. Because the more they're mad and trying to project onto you, that's the stronger it's going to make you. You saw that the Strength card came out. You saw that the Emperor card came out. It wasn't until you put coal under pressure that it becomes a diamond. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's going on here. God is using these people to make you into the leader that you need to be, the boss you need to be, the successful boss that you need to be. And as proof of that, like I was saying, they're trying to weigh you down and put all that bitterness and stuff inside of you. There's going to be times you're going to have to take your emotions out of a decision that you have to make in your business. You have to be able to do that. Okay? So if you're going through something right now, this is temporary. Learn the lesson from it and move on. Okay? You're dealing with difficult people. That's just a sign that when you get into the business that you get into, you're going to have to deal with people like that, whether it's your coworkers or if it's family members, friends, ex-friends, ex-wives, whatever. You're going to have to deal with these kind of people. If you're a healer, you're definitely going to have to deal with broken people. Why? Because you are a healer. That's what you do. That's what you're called here to do. Heal. It's like, if you notice, Jesus never really was mingling with people inside the church. No, he never really mingled with people inside the church. He mingled with people who were outside of the church. People who were sinners, the Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? He hung with the sinners. Why? Because his job was to save. He went to the people who needed saving the most. And as a result, they beat him, they spat on him, they talked about him, they did all this stuff. But he succeeded at what he accomplished. He succeeded at what he set out to do. So, yeah, it don't matter what path you on, what spiritual path you on, it's going to be shitty. It's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. But you have to see the lessons in everything that you're doing. You have to see the lessons. You have to see it. Without that perspective, you will never get where you're going. You're going to be bogged down. That's just like with a doctor. Do you think a doctor only wants to help healthy people? No. That defeats the purpose of his job. He has to go around sick people every day. And going around sick people every day, guess what? He has to develop procedures. He has to put his gloves on. He has to put his mask on. He has to go through the triage. He has to do the certain procedures. He has to clean himself a certain kind of way. He has to get rid of his material a certain kind of way. He has to go and talk to people a certain kind of way. He has to do, and it's a repeating process every day. Every day. He does it so much that it becomes a part of him. And that's exactly what's going on here. All this negativity and stuff like that is only training to take you to where you're supposed to be. Because essentially what's going to happen is these people are going to try to pursue you, to try to do different dirt and stuff on you, and it won't have an effect on you. Why? Because you did your training now. You fought the demons within your own soul, became whole, and you fought the demons in someone else as well and conquered those demons that they cannot conquer. You conquered demons that they cannot conquer themselves. That is where your true power is. The demons of them not knowing how to be alone, but yet they do spell work or they do things to you to make you feel like you're alone or lonely, to isolate you. but you handling it, right? You're not fighting your own demon. You're fighting their demon. And you're making them look bad as you're fighting their demon because you're still excelling at what you do. You're not cussing them out. You're not saying all these gossip things about them, are you? No. And when they do go to people and say, oh, he's gossiping about me, it's the guilt from them not being able to stand up to their own demons. The things that are within themselves. The things that they've been doing to other people. It's guilt from that shit that they can't handle. And so they say someone else is doing it to them. You see how that works? Keep in mind the concept of the universal laws. What we think becomes what we say. What we say is become what we do. What we do becomes our actions. Well, obviously what we do is our actions, right? What we do becomes our habits. And our habits define our character. If you're used to talking about people every day, guess what? When you come around me, you're going to come around me talking about somebody else. And that right there let me know what your character is like. The same thing that you do in the dark is the same thing you're going to come to me doing. That's how I know I don't have to judge you. You're going to judge yourself and tell me who you are. When you get to a certain space spiritually, you don't have to ask the universe. You don't have to ask a person to tell you who they are. You just observe. And they will tell you who they are based on the actions that they do. Based on those actions. If they're always blackmailing people, it's for a reason. 9 times out of 10, they're going to try to blackmail you. If they're always extorting people and setting people up and stuff like that, they're always butthurt about the positive messages you put out. If they always complain about shit but don't want to do shit about the shit that they know they need to be doing. If they want to disrupt and distort you, guess what? I mean, if they want to disrupt and distort someone else, 9 times out of 10, when you were going through hardships in your life, I wonder where it came from. I wonder where it came from. You know what I'm saying? You out here, some people out here who will tell and brag about the things that they do to certain people. This 10 of wine energy. They tell on themselves. That's the culture that we live in. People snitch on themselves. I don't have to ask you who you are to me. Your true character is gonna come out. It's gonna come out. There is power in the silence of a man's character. Okay? Character is something that a man cannot conceal about himself. If you want to know about what a person is or who they are, give it time. Give it time. They're not used to washing and cleaning themselves, you'll know. You'll smell it. They're not used to having wholesome relationships and stuff like that, you'll know. They'll find a way to get rid of you. They'll find a reason to let you go. You know? That's why, like I said, only thing they want to do is put all kind of pressure and stuff on you. This pressure here is what's going to make you excel to the top. That's what's going to excel to the top. And mark my words, when you do your business, everything that the enemy has put you through, you're going to use every last one of those lessons, whether you know you're using it or not. And one day it's going to dawn on you. Before I went through this spiritual warfare with this person, this is probably where I would have stopped. This is probably would have been my end. This is where I would have fell off. But I thank God for the things I had to go through. Not the way I had to go through it, but the fact that I had to go through it. I learned this lesson early, and I succeeded later. That's all this is. Remember in the other video I was talking about success is basically an accumulation of failures. Sometimes you have to keep failing until you learn the way it's supposed to go, or the way that you can succeed. Learn a way to succeed. These lessons and all of this hard work, all this heaviness that they putting on you, is basically training you to lift heavy weights. That's all you're doing. You in the gym lifting heavy weights, heavy weights, heavy weights. And then when you get out there and you pursue your passion, You're going to be so built up, so strong that it ain't going to phase you. That's how your strength is here. That's all you got strong already. That's why you in your emperor energy to begin with. That's how you became strong. You know what I'm saying? That's why they want to hold you back. You know, because let's be real. If somebody is strong, somebody is really strong, are you going to go fight them? In a roundabout way, maybe. But your best bet is to try to annoy them. If an enemy is stronger than you, the only thing you can do is annoy them. What's more annoying than delays in their life? Because they don't have the testicular fortitude to come face you directly. You know what I'm saying? They don't have what it takes to face you directly. They just don't have it. It's not in them. It's not in them. It's not in everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not in everybody. You know? So, yeah. Now that you got that idea together, and you know what I'm saying, all that spiritual weight they put on you, oh yeah, you're gonna excel. I have no doubt in my mind that success is abound. Success is coming. They always, you know, and that's another thing, like, you know, they want you to think, you know, some people, they just want you to be pessimistic or think that you're not gonna succeed, or you're not gonna excel, or you're gonna fail, or they want you to feel like them so they can say, oh, I know what it's like. Nah, you don't know what this shit is like. You know how I know you don't know what this shit is like? Because if you knew what this shit was like, you would be fighting those demons that's inside of you that have that same shit going on that you run from every day. You don't know what it's like. I've conquered my demons. When you conquer your demons, then you can tell me you know what it's like to fight the demons of someone else. Until then, you don't know what it's like. You see what I'm saying? Like, basically what I'm saying is like this. The demons that's inside them, the things that they run from, they try to offshoot on you so that you'll trauma bond with them, like, oh man, I got it so rough, or this, and that. And they're like, oh, I know what it's like. I got this going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what it's like, because I handled my shit. My inner demons, I conquered them. You didn't handle yours yet. You just tried to dump it on somebody else so that you could trauma bond with them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then this right here tell you all this. Right here tell you the characteristics of the kind of stuff that you're going to have to deal with in this business. You're going to have to deal with not being, you know, this Two of Cups, loving someone more than they love themselves, or even being loved by someone more than, you know, you love them. As harsh as it could be said. Let's be real. Everybody in our life, we don't love every single person in our life. We don't have love for everybody in our life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we are in like with somebody who's in love with us, and sometimes people are in love with us who, I mean, sometimes you're in love with someone who's just in like with you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn that, especially in the business world. You're gonna think that you A1 solid with somebody, and they're gonna flip on you. Ain't no love here. This is all business. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Four of Pentacles in reverse. You're going to have to deal with, you know, loss and taking financial losses, especially in businesses. You're going to deal with loss of inspiration. You're going to deal with the loss of wisdom, the loss of not remembering how things used to go or how it should have gone, or, you know, all kind of stuff. You're going to deal with loss in some kind of way. Things that you've held on to ever since, like, oh, I'm going to hold on to this this heirloom until I get to the top. You get up to the top, who knows? You might get it might break. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to hold on to this principle no matter what happens in this business. You hold on to it, and then you start losing shit. Now you got to choose between giving something up and losing. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you learn about losses on more than just one wavelength. You're learning about physically losing out, spiritually losing out, emotionally losing out, and mentally losing out. But guess what? Once you overcome this, once you power through and you make it through, a mental loss ain't gonna mean nothing to you. An emotional loss ain't gonna mean nothing to you. A spiritual loss ain't gonna mean nothing to you. And a physical loss ain't gonna mean nothing to you. How can you hurt a man or a woman that is impenetrable to loss? How can you really hurt someone that is indifferent to the things that they lose in their life? Can you really hurt them? It's much harder. It makes your job harder to do if it's your job to hurt someone, right? They don't care about the loss of a limb, an arm, a leg, a house, car, pets. They are unattached. That's what this energy is, teaching you to detach. Because once this is all over, God is going to say, okay, you learned how to detach. You learned how to get out of your emotions with stuff. Now it's time, now that you unlearned all of that, now it's time to relearn it in a different way. You see how that works? Two of Wands, operate in reverse, operating alone, going through the darkness, being confident enough to keep yourself motivated and inspired to continuously make your moves despite what is going on around you. Can you do that? Your business is gonna need that. Your family is gonna need that. The people of your friends, your social group that are actually close in it and down for you, they're gonna need you to know this and be this thing. You see what I'm saying? Can you operate alone? Four of Wands. We know you're a hard worker, but do you know when it's time to rest? This is all going to add up in a second. I'm going to add it all up together. But knowing when to rest, knowing when you're working too hard, knowing when you're overexerting yourself. It's one thing to be in your strength, but you don't want to overexert yourself. You go further if you pace yourself like a race. You're playing, this is the long run. You're in it for the long run. That's what this Two of Wands, well, would be if this was the Three of Wands, that's what it's about, the long term. But this is the Two of Wands, so this is like, now, right? So, yeah. And then last, sometimes you got to put logic aside and make your move. Logic is going to tell you it can't be done. Logic is going to tell you you can't do it. Logic is going to tell you that you're not the right person for the job. Logic is going to tell you that you are incapable, that it can't be done, that it's going to be detrimental to your health. It's going to be the wrong thing to do. It's not going to succeed. You can't make it, can't be done. Right? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Right? Once you start, you pray about it, and once you start, you let God handle the rest. Now, all of these things are all leading up to one important aspect. Strength isn't always about what you do. Sometimes it's about what you restrain yourself from doing. Just because you can knock somebody out, sometimes it demonstrates more of your character than to taunt them back and walk away. I talk a lot of mess about, hey, people call their stuff coming at me. Yeah, I'm going to talk mess to you. And I'm going to say some stuff that's going to make it hurt. And I'm going to make sure I say something to make you think about it every day and every night. You're going to think about it long and hard before you come back. And when you come back, guess what? I'm going to sting you again. And I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. Why? Because I'd rather sting you with my words than to let you think that you brolic, than to let you get brolic enough to come and walk up on me and try to do something slick. Because then I really have to tap into, my soft node. And you gonna really like wish you never did that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I'm not ashamed. I mean, I do my motivational speaks and stuff, but hey, I'm not ashamed and I'm not afraid of that. It is what it is. So if somebody come telling you, oh, he's so mean, he's so this, he's so that. Yep, you right. I'll tell you off rip, you right. But like I said before, pay attention to what they telling you and how often they keep coming back to tell you, because that lets you know if that's somebody you want in your business or not. Because keep in mind, there's people out here that try to keep you in your head. People that try to keep you complacent so you don't move forward. People that try to join up with you to destroy you from the inside. People that try to make it seem like there's a scarcity here of your finances to keep you from making wise investments. People who will come into your life to say that they love you to destroy you. Last but not least, flying in reverse, somebody want to tie you down. Are you going to let them is the question. Matter of fact, let's rephrase these in questions, right? Are you going to let them tie you down? Are you going to let them control your life? Are you going to allow them to keep you pinned down or in the tax bracket that you are in right now? Is this what you feel like you deserve is the question. Are you going to continue to roam the desert, the icelands for nothing? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to continue to live in a spirit of delay because you choose not to act? Are you going to keep yourself open to all and receptive to everything that you hear? It's one thing to be receptive. I mean, it's one thing to be open, and it's another thing to be receptive. With receptivity, we are listening, operating, and doing with a purpose. We are supporting with a purpose. With open wide, it don't matter what it is. You letting people tell you what to do, how to do, when to do it, where to do it. You're allowing somebody to be, you're allowing yourself to be someone else's puppet. And I've dealt with that too. But the thing is, it don't bother me, because if I know I'm going to do it anyway, if I know I'm doing it anyway, you can fool yourself into believing you're doing some kind of puppet work if you want to. You fooling yourself. That's the only person that's fooling you. Oh, that's the only person that's the only fool here. You the fool. That's just like saying, oh, they're going to wear blue jeans tomorrow. Well, no shit, Sherlock. They got to go to work. You're not predicting nothing. You know what I mean? You're not predicting shit. And all the studying of other people's behavior, there's people out here who will study your behaviors and stuff like that. And it's like, well, what kind of degree do you have? You sure doing a whole lot of studying? You doing all this studying and you ain't got a degree yet? Stuck in the mud. There's people who want to see you spiritually stuck. They want to, like, if you're really strong, they want to see you on soft foundation. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to allow them to stop you, or, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely not, hopefully. Hopefully all the answers was no, But that's all I got for today. I will be doing another video. Yeah, I would definitely be doing another video eventually or whatever. And like I said, I'm working on the swear word thing. But my thing is like this, is that when I talk, especially when I get into it, I get to swearing without thinking. It doesn't mean I'm a vague person or somebody, whatever. And honestly, I don't feel a need to apologize for this. But I do want you to know that it's kind of like when I'm in my honesty, or when I'm speaking honestly, that's what I do. I speak, I speak like it's just you and me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna use swear words. I'm definitely gonna use swear words. If you offended, hey, I mean, I really don't know what to tell you. I am working on it though, but don't expect it to just disappear, How I deliver the message is also important, you know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I'm working on it. Because if I'm like cussing everybody out, I don't think y'all gonna want to hear that, right? Alright, that's the end of this message, this video. I love y'all all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Whenever you need motivation, inspiration, or whatever, just check out one of the videos or whatever. I am transition, like I'm an amateur reader first and foremost. I got a lot of ideas for the channel and stuff like that. So I'm gonna integrate them little by little. No rush. When I feel like it's time to do it, I'm gonna do it. If I don't, then I'm not gonna bother with it, and I'm not gonna overexert myself to do it. I don't do readings, so if anybody contacts you saying, oh, do a reading, I don't do personal readings at all. I don't do personal readings. I will give you an update on what I am going to do or whatever. I mean, I'm gonna do my best to try to surprise you all, basically. You know what I'm saying? All right, I love y'all all. Take it easy. May the Most High God rest upon y'all souls. Well, may the Most High God rest upon those non-toxic people's souls. Okay? Peace.